All right, well, I think we're live again. Welcome back to the live stream here. We're going to try again with some more Ray Green, some changes to Ray Green. I am going to try out Ysera's list that he finished a PQ with today, took out a PQ off in England. So he made some changes to the deck. He brought the Moisture Farmers in, so similar that I'd already brought in the Moisture Farmers. He also brought in the Seasoned Fleet Admirals and reduced Mon Mothma down to 1. That's a change I did not make to my previous list. So I'm going to try that out tonight. What else has changed? One Village Protector. I'm going to try that out. And that looks fine for the main, except for the 2 Cargo Juggernauts, some extra healing around that critical 6 resource turn. And then in the side, fairly similar from what he had, so I kind of left it to that. I wanted to try out what he had there, which is 2 restocks, 2 Mon Mothmas. The direct hit is new. Everything else is the same. I always have 1 Rivals Fall in my list. He has 3 takedowns and that as well. So I always have 1 in the main. He has the 3 rivals in the side. So let's check it out. Let's see if we can win some matches. All right, so let's jump on. All right, so on the weekend I had a showdown. I finished top 4 in that one. Took Rey Green to that. Finished equal top of the Swiss, but lost to a teammate in the top 4 who ultimately won the tournament with Sabine ECL. He just went a bit too wide. I actually beat him in Swiss, and James got me in the top 8. So they're kind of starting to adjust their deck, the Sabine players. He brought in wing leaders and a few extra things, red 5, to make the space be a bit better in that for him. So this hand here, so Clone Deserter obviously goes. We start with 3PO into Yoda. I don't think we need Village Protectors here. So I think we're fine to keep that starting hand. If you're wondering about starting hands, I did push a video at the end of last week about Mon Mothma as well, which talked about probability percentages for this deck. Okay, so he's just going to spark. That's fine. We're not in any rush this game. So we can either resupply or we can Bright Hope. So I think, we can resupply or Yoda. I think I'm going to resupply and get rid of the Bright Hope here. All right, so resupply it. Jump above the curve. Works out well for us because we can run that blue leader right in there. This is a matchup where I don't think we need Traitorous. We could Traitorous that, but I think it's best just the blue leader. All right, so let's run the blue leader in. Pop the score up there on the screen as well. All right, so Bodhi, you got our U-wing reinforcement. All right, so let's claim. We could resupply again, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, so get rid of the resupply. This turn we can play a Yoda and the blue leader. Do we hit base here? I don't think so. I think we can wait. I know if he could, I think we take the Bodhi out because if he has a surprise strike and we pop Ray out, he could take Ray out in 1 hit. Whereas if we play it like this, we can pop Ray out and hit Han, and then we can blue leader to kill Han. Oops. Wrong button. Let's bring Ray out. He'll pop Han out. We'll be able to... We can either run into it. Now let's run into the Han. He can obviously run back. She does. Well, here we can just play Yoda. then he may have a Emphy's Nest, which is bad for us. And just play our Yoda back out again. So we're really looking for a Fell the Dragon here. He attacks, he'll drop Yoda back, and we'll just be able to U-wing. We'll try and play out a bunch of units. Okay, it's going to be able to hit our base, pop Yoda back. We'll U-wing. A bunch of these things are no good, so let's just go R2, 3PO, and Akbar and see if we can draw some cards. Oh, well, I didn't show the... Let's just go 3. Didn't show the R2 first there. All right, let's hit there. We can at least blue leader to kill that next turn. He's only got 3 resources left because he played the blaster. All right, let's claim. You can have the Admiral. All right, now we can run into the Emphy's Nest. Hopefully get a decent draw out of R2 and 3PO this turn. All right, let's hit base for 1. See what we get. Let's leave that on top. All right, well, kind of not the greatest spot here. And let's put 2 onto Ahsoka. At least we've got the Fell. All right, let's Fell the Emphy's Nest. Surprised he attacked with Ahsoka first then, because he knew he had it. Okay, we're going to be able to draw a card here, so let's give 1 to R2. And give us a Fell. We care about drawing that? I don't think so. I mean, we are going to be able to resource it. Put that on bottom. We really want to Fell, so I'm going to say 4. Let's see what we draw. 4. Takedown. Okay. Let's hit our Yoda. All right, now we can resource the Clone Deserter. We do have a takedown for Han, so let's run the R2 in. We've got a Luke coming. All right, now we can hit into the base with 3PO and we'll say 7. All right, let's chop the Han. Let's poke the shield off the L3 and restore, and also put down our Peacekeeper. All right, I'm going to resource the Traitorous here because we might be able to get Luke sparked here. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's take out the L3. He's going to bounce something, probably Yoda. All right. Let's hit the Zori. Say 3, so we get a Fleet Lieutenant. We do have a tech in our row, so what we can do here is we'll tech the loot back to our hand. Then we'll take down the cantina and then we'll play the tech so we're ready for next turn. And I'm going to give the 1 to the... Yeah. So you can see how much we got out of that in terms of just chipping away, not panicking, using our resource, having the things like the tech and that, having the card draw with the R2 and the C3PO. Okay, so this is... Let's try and keep this one. Problem is, I don't like the resupply that much because if he has a... what do we do? We'll get rid of the entrenched. If he has a Bodhi, what does he take here? Does he take the 3PO? Yeah. Or does he take the resupply? So he took the resupply. We're okay with that. We'll hopefully get some card draw. There's some card draw in the form of Mon Mothma. So the new list, and it's linked in the description here, and I will put it in the chat, is only one Mon Mothma in the deck. So kind of being able to thin the rebels out a little bit. So let's hit base for 1 to start with. See if we can draw a card in case we hit a resupply. Okay, so Village Protectors, not bad. Let's go Mon Mothma to get an Akbar. And then let's give an experience to Mon Mothma to take them both out of range of the liberated slaves. Okay, we're starting to get a lot of choices in what we can play here. Resource the tech. He's most likely to play an Ahsoka, which he did. What don't we want here? I mean, the Akbar is going to be able to kill something here. That's kind of good. The Village Protectors is okay for protecting us, but then so's the Yoda for drawing a card. Right, let's try Village Protectors here. Alright, let's give an experience to R2. Alright, I don't think, because this is not a yellow-red deck, there's not really any advantage for killing Ahsoka. Whereas a Liberated Slaves is not unique, so you can play as many as you want. So let's say 3 in case we get a resupply. We don't, we get a Moisture Farmer. And then we can just pop over the top with Akbar. Alright, I think we can get rid of the 3PO here. Okay, so let's hit his base for 3. See if we can get a resupply. No, we got a Traitorous. Probably going to get Amphiest again here. What do we want to lose? I think we can lose the Mon Mothma when Han comes out, because we're going to run the red leader in. I mean, not red leader, blue leader. See what he takes out. Let's take out Han. Let's see what he's got. Is it Amphies? Yeah, it's an Amphies again, but we do have the Fell the Dragon this time. Alright, I don't think we need the farmer. Let's fell the Amphi's nest. Well, do we fell it here or do we kill the Ahsoka? I think we fell the Amphi's, and that way we can run in with our blue leader. He's kind of at 6 resources, which is a weird spot for him because most of his bombs and that are at 7, so he's going to have to resource up. He's going to resource up now. We'll just hit. We're in no rush here. Our actions are at the back. Let's say 3. Okay, so we got a Luke coming next, which is really good. What this means is we can deploy with Rey. And now we've got takedown and that as well. Protectors aren't really good here because the Saboteur can go straight through. All right. So I think I'm just going to take down here. Do we take down? I think if he's got a Han unit, he's going to run that in first. Yeah, so we've got takedown to Luke. You pick which one you want us to stop. I think we're okay here. The tournament-wise coming up, don't really have many tournaments left until there's another PQ in 3 weeks' time. Oh, hang on. Let me undo that. I did that wrong. So 2. So we can't Traitorous. We can't. I think we just take down for the extra because it adds 3, right? So we can just Amphi's nest there. So we name takedown, not Luke. We do have Luke here. Yeah. Do we save Luke or do we just, because we can go 3PO? No, I think we just drop Luke out here. He doesn't really have too much that can handle it. We can just claim here. They're all pretty good. We'll get rid of the Akbar. Oh, we could get rid of the Traitorous, I think, there actually. All right, let's just Fleet Lieutenant in for 8. We're hitting for 6, restoring for 3. He's, yeah, now we can just spell that. He can bounce our unit back if he wants. Say 3. Draw a Yoda. And now we've got home 1. Now we're starting to cook now. So home 1 can at 10 resources can bring back a blue leader. Give it to give it the ground attack. Yeah, so we can go home 1. We'll take a blue leader. We can run it into the bouncer. Restore 1 as well. All right, so we don't have anything to really hit with that tech. I'm just going to claim because I don't want him to start playing from his resource row. We'll be able to run the blue leader straight into it. So here's our new card, our Seasoned Fleet Admiral. Oh, we can Traitorous that tech. Let's do that. The Fleet Admiral, probably not good in this matchup. It's a very good first turn play. It's Traitorous his tech. When I was in the PQ, Tim was on Palp Yellow and he was playing yeah, Traitorous and that, and he Traitorous my tech, and then he just started playing from his resource row as Palp Yellow, which I thought was quite funny at the time. Okay, so he's done that, but he's going to allow us to play from our row. So now we can just fell the dragon. Zori there. Yeah. All right, so 2 games against Han Yellow. Thankfully, there is no DJ. Otherwise, that might have been a different match. Let's try another Han. So this time we're going in Han Green. It's a much harder matchup because they are all in space. Okay, so entrenched is kind of critical for this matchup. So is traitorous and that as well. So I don't mind this hand. So let's keep it. We'll resource the Clone Deserter and Akbar. And we'll try and draw some cards with 3PO, hopefully. So 3. This is where I missed my regional governors, which I had in Yoda green. All right, what's he got? Falcon. All right. So we want to keep the takedown. Bright Hope. Let's get rid of the home one for now. It'll be in our row. We can always activate it later. I'm interested to see if he plays a pilot on it. If he plays a pilot, we can entrench. If he hits us for 3, I'm not really worried too much. Yes, there's a U-Wing. Might play the Han pilot, or he might play Chewbacca here. Best case scenario would be Chewbacca, because we can just entrench. Their decks run 1 confiscate normally in the main. Hopefully he hasn't got that. All right, so he's going to run that Han. All right, so we give an XP to 3PO. And then we'll entrench it. He can pull it back to hand if he wants, but he's going to be wasting his Han. All right, I think we can get rid of a U-Wing here. Or is it a Bright? Or Bright Hope? No, let's do a U-Wing. So he's chose to pay for his Falcon. No, he's bringing it back to hand. So if he plays it back out, we can just take down the Falcon. Right, he's going to resupply. So that means Han's coming out. So let's give an XP to 3PO. And see what he's going to do here. So he's going to... We'll pass because we're going to Fleet Lieutenant into Han. All right, so we'll Fleet Lieutenant. We'll say 3 because it's the most common number in our deck. We miss. What can he play for 3? So he's going to be able to attack us, and then he'll be able to play for 3. So he'll play the Falcon back out. Okay. So here, I am going to... it's a tough call now because we hit with the Fleet Lieutenant to hit Han. And then we may have to Bright Hope, or ideally we do want to resupply as well. Is takedown any worth it at all? Let's get rid of the Admiral, even if it's a little bit inefficient. Let's kill the Han. What can you do for 6? Might be the big falcon. All right, let's hit him with 3PO. It's an R2 on the top of our deck. Yep, the big falcon here. So the question is, do we keep that under control or do we resupply? If we resupply, we bring Rey out. And if you get something big on that, we're kind of in trouble. But we would also take our life down to 15 if we had Rey out. I think we just resupply. Let's get the restore engine online. He's currently hitting for 8. We're restoring for 3, so there's a 5 differential at the moment. Our problem's going to be if he does hit a Chewie, especially on that big falcon. So maybe it was more correct to take down. Because that's definitely our worst case scenario here, is that we've got entrenched to stop it, but we don't have it in our hand. We may have to Bright Hope if that's the case. All right, let's Fleet Lieutenant we don't need. All right, so what's he got? Is it a Chewbacca on which Falcon? Okay, surprise strike. We're okay with that. So do we just take down the other Falcon now? Or do we Bright Hope? We could just Bright Hope, I think, to block it. So it's Bright Hope. We might as well bring C-3PO back. So even if he Chewbacca's now, we can block. We can take 2 hits on the Bright Hope if we buff it. If he has another surprise strike, though. All right. Let's hit in. We'll buff up the Bright Hope. Oh, that's a lot of Millennium Falcons. All right, so we'll call top for that, and then we'll just draw it with 3PO. All right, we do have the U-Wing that we could potentially hit a Luke with as well this turn. You're going to pay 1 to keep this Falcon? Yes, he is. Home 1 would be good about now because we could return the Bright Hope. All right, so he has done that. So let's U-Wing, try and get a Luke. We didn't. We got a Bright Hope, which is okay. And Bright Hope and a Sundari. That'll have to do. Could go cargo on that, but I think we do need to block up. Let's bring the R2 back. Still no Luke. Right, so he's going to play a Chewbacca. And unfortunately, it's going to take out our Bright Hope pretty quickly there. All right, what do we need? We want an entrenched for that Falcon. Where's our entrenched? Got any in the row? Nope. All right, let's claim. This is where this deck is a little bit weak, is when space happens like this. Okay, now we hit that Luke, but we are just a little bit out at the moment because it would have been nice to have hit that last turn to axe that Falcon. All right, let's hit base again. All right, let's chop that Falcon. All right, we're going to get hit by U-Wing here. See what comes out. We are restoring for 2 with the Sundari, unless he gets a Han here that kills it. We could get an Amphi's Nest. Poe Dameron I think we're okay with. And a blue leader. He's probably going to put the Poe onto that Falcon. All right, well. We'll have to claim after this. But yeah, I think we're just that little bit out here because a Fleet Lieutenant would have got us the victory here. Because even if we restore, that Falcon's going to kill us here. Oh, close one. Just that Falcon with the Chewbacca got a little bit out of control, and what we needed was a... Yeah, because we could Traitorous it now, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So we take it down to 26, and he kills us with this specific Falcon here. Ah, all right. Well, GG. Close one. Having the 3 Falcons out at a particular time. What this guy's doing. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let's go again. So far the changes that were brought into the deck, we haven't seen the Fleet Admiral yet. And we haven't used the Cargo Juggernaut. This is an okay hand. I don't mind this one. So we ditched a Clone Deserter. Typically, they don't get that heavy in space, so I don't think we even need the Bright Hope. We've got the Blue Leader if they play their Phantom out. So this deck often plays the Phantom for space up there. All right, so Clone Deserter is an easy one again. We might be able to get Akbar to ping over the top here. Yeah, so let's hit the outlaws here. We'll go 3. Go back to C3PO. All right, we'll get Akbar to ping over the top. Nice. All right, so we do have a fleet lieutenant here. If he's greedy and hits base, we can fleet lieutenant in. Okay, so he's going to attack. So our problem here is that if we were to, he's going to play a Poe, but I think we're okay with that because we've got the village protectors. Yep. I don't mind. He can waste a card trying to get through that. All right. I don't think we need fleet lieutenant here. Defeat an upgrade deal too. So he's going to spend 2 cards getting rid of all of this. Okay. All right. All right, so now we've got a fleet admiral, which is no good at this stage of the game. We can run into Cassian here. And I'm fine to pass here because if he has a Luke, we pop Rey out, he'll just kill it straight away. So I'm fine with him. Yeah, there we go. So now we can deploy out our friend Rey. And now we can finish off the Han and not die. Okay, we've already seen that he's ditched a Fell the Dragon. He ditched a whole bunch of stuff with that Poe Dameron. We're not really out of the woods yet because I would like a Fell the Dragon for his dragon. And there we go. We got a Fell the Dragon. So we could see one here. But we've got a pretty good answer if he does Fell the Dragon. Okay. All right. I'm interested to see if I was to hit that. I'm take it out like that, and I can ping over the top with Akbar, and then just hit in and bump the Akbar up. All right, so we've got plenty of restore. We don't want to see a Crate Dragon here. I think we're okay with that. Don't really want to play a tech straight away here because if he had a blue leader, he would just be able to run into it. Okay, so we're fine with that. Again, we'll be able to entrench Akbar and then take out the Poe. We'll drop the 3PO and we'll say 3. It's a cargo juggernaut. And we'll be able to play the tech out of our row. Okay, I think we can put the traitorous in the row. We've got access to it with the tech anyway. Right, so he's going to hit the Luke. What have we got for the Luke? Nothing really in the side. I mean, we could play home one and play a village protectors, which seems pretty good. Number force throw, sure. Okay, it tells us he's probably got a takedown for next turn. All right, let's hit into base. We'll say 3. So 3 and pass. Okay, we'll keep all of those. Just in case he does get rid of our tech. Let's put the Admiral away. All right, Wrecker. There we go. So he did hit our tech. Let's see what we get with 3PO. Okay. We've got another home one here. Sure. This guy's spending all of his time. So let's hit up with that. Gonna draw again. We don't have anything in our row, unfortunately. Kind of just that bit out of the range. So let's just play out our protectors again. And this time buff them up again. All right, we've got a Yoda and a resupply. The best. I've been hand-hated quite a bit already in this game, so he's going to Chewbacca. Not great, again, not in a great position, so let's... For 3, we'll draw a tech, which is good. All right, let's hit into base. Put that on bottom. Interesting. It's just... He saw I drew a tech, but then just continued to... Like, just hit away. All right, let's hit his base for 7. So we play a tech. It leaves us 8. So it means we can play something for... 5 and then a Yoda. Or the Kaga Juggernaut's not that good. We could play the Admiral and... I think we just play the Admiral for 4 and then play our Yoda out. Alright, let's pass. Alright, so we've got a Luke, which is really good. I'm going to keep all 3 cards just in case I get pillaged here. He's got to kill the tech, right? First up. You got to have to run the Wrecker in. Yeah. So he's going to hit with that. So then we can kill the Wrecker. Right, he's going to try and cut off our card draw there. His base for 7. Let's put him on a bit of a clock here. All right, we'll draw a card, sure. All right, let's give 1 XP to our Fleet Admiral. We'll hit into his base. He has to claim here because he's in lethal range. And we'll just continue to play our cards. Keep the home one on top. All right, we can put the resupply away, and then we're at that magic 12 resources for the home one that we can trigger a big home one here. All right, so he's just hit straight into base. All right. Okay, 3-1. Loss being to that to the Han Green, which had 3 Falcons out at once. We only lost by 2 health. That was pretty good. Okay, Azura Tears, Anakin Colossus. All right, let's mulligan. I don't think the farmer is great in this matchup. And we got the key card. So the key card for this matchup is Rivals Fall. There's 1 in the deck. So I don't think we need Akbar, and Traitorous can probably go in this matchup. Because I think once you get rid of their Anakin, it's not that scary. So let's keep the Fleet Lieutenant on top because we want to be able to kill their 3PO play here. We don't want them drawing cards. All right, another Ewing. We'll just put that in the row. Hopefully we get to play it with tech. What are we attacking? All right, so we can finish off the 3PO here. Another Fleet Lieutenant. Is that good? I think it is for whatever he plays because we're going to buff up R2 again. Yeah, we can claim and then kill this Yoda with that Fleet Lieutenant as well. Oh, another Ewing. How many Ewings? We're drawing all the Ewings. All right, we'll hit in again. Put this one on bottom now. All right, well, that worked out good for us. Just a takedown. That's his turn, and we've got 2 Fleet Lieutenants on the board going into Resource 5. Akbar. We could Akbar for 3. Could Yoda. Could Village Protect here. I actually think Akbar's probably decent because whatever he plays out, we're going to be able to kill. Well, we didn't play anything out, really. All right, let's play the Yoda then. All right, let's kill the Sabine. And put an XP on Yoda. And we're looking pretty good because we're going to be able to just roll into this turn with a Rival's Fall in hand. And this is the turn that Rey's going to come out now. All right, Akbar can go away. All right, do we kill? I think we just continue to keep killing because he's going to be able to trade up pretty well. We don't want to pump his life up here too much. If he says Rivals Fall, okay, he got us. He got us on that one. But we're gonna hit him with the Akbar. He might not expect that. He got us on the Rivals, but You weren't expecting Akbar. I have to get the Akbar. Oh well, you can have the rivals. The Akbar prize war exclusives. Where are they? I'll bring them up. Um, we he's going to hit into Rey. Yeah, I think we just claim because you can kill something. I'll run Yoda into it next turn. I don't want Rey like. All right, we can get rid of a takedown here. Kind of an awkward position a little bit because he's got a Luke in hand. Yeah. All right, let's. I mean, I can Luke the Outlaws. Maybe I think that's the best move. Because he's kind of forced into playing something now. Otherwise, I'm just going to claim. He's at 7 resources. We really put it. So you put him in a weird position like that. You can kill our farmer. All right, deploy. I think we care about the. He's going to be able to trade up, but we'll be able to Akbar. Again, this guy's going to have nightmares about Akbar. Yeah, the Akbar prize wall one. That's it. Akbar prize wall promo. All right, tech can go in the row. These are the ones I want for my deck. These, bring it up here. These ones, I want these for my deck. Just so funny, the artwork and that for it. And, you know, you don't see it that often. Okay, so what's he done here? He attacked the data vault. Okay. Well, I thought he was going to hit Luke, really. So I can home one, bring a fleet lieutenant out and kill Luke. He'll be able to trade with the governor, but I think I'm okay with that. We're still developing the board. His force throw doesn't do anything. Yeah, there's Akbar. How much are they each? $11 each. 16 is the listed price. Yeah, a lot of shops got $11. But being in Australia, they're very hard to get. All right, so Cassian. I think we just killing the Cassian. We don't want him trading up into our guys. Village. Okay. I think we're fine with that because we just play a tech out. Maybe I should have loot that Cassian rather than trading Rey into it. All right, we'll just hit for 7. And let's play a Village Protectors out. Traitorous. We could Traitorous that if we want to. But yeah, I want a play set of these, which would be pretty cool. I think for the amount of use that they get in this deck, so fun. Playing that card. All right. All right, we'll Traitorous that since we don't really have anything else to do with that card. Home one will hit there and then we'll... Wow, we wanted to Traitorous that. That would have been a much better target. But again, we can get our Akbar out and just take out his Yoda there. Let's give the tech the XP to take it out of. I think that Akbar one got him. All right, 4-1. Only loss being Han Green. The updated deck list is in the description of the video and in the chat. So we're trying Ysera's list that he won the PQ with. Changes are Mon Mothma to out, Moisture Farmers in. We already had the Moisture Farmers in our ones. Fleet Admirals in, and Cargo Juggernauts. Now, incidentally, this whole night we have not played any of those cards. I don't. May have played the Fleet Admiral once, and then that's it. All right, Dr. Afra Tarkentown, something you don't see very often. All right, so Clone Deserter's no good. Everything else looks good. So we'll resource the tech and the Clone Deserter. We'll R2, add experience, resupply, and then hopefully steal something with Traitorous. Right. Spark of Hope. I will take that because it might be a cheaper way to ramp up. No, I think you're playing a risky game with Spark of Hope. All right, let's just go to base and see what he. Resupply up and see what he plays. If he plays something nice here that we can steal, I'll just claim. Oh, not really that. All right, put that on bottom. Claim, very aggressive. Blue leader would be good. Peacekeeper. Let me just Traitorous this. I think we're going to get anything else. Well, that's certainly not good. Because Afra's going to come out. What is it going to be? A 2-5, 5-5. All right, let's just claim. So it's lucky for us, it's only a 2-5. There's only 2 and a 5. Another Traitorous. I don't think is any good. All right, let's put 2 on Afra. See what he does. Is it? Yeah, now we can play the Peacekeeper and put some experience on. I was worried about Cham just taking that one out straight away. All right, let's give it an experience. Just take it all. I don't want his guy to ready. We'll hit the Guerrilla Soldier because I don't want him just get a free trade on that Peacekeeper. Now I wish I'd kept the Traitorous for that one. Let's see what he does here. Did he kill Rey? Yep. We take out Afra. A little bit tricky this matchup. Let's just clear everything. Well, lucky we held off a little bit there. Let's take all the damage on us. Maybe forced to trade into it. If we can, we can do a U-wing. Hopefully pull out an Akbar. Cargo Juggernaut is okay. We have a... Yeah, we've got a tech, so let's get rid of Bright Hope. Interesting matchup, this one. This is one I haven't done before. Okay, that's cool, because now we can... Do we have an Akbar? No. Come on, Akbar. No Akbar? Wow, that's not what we wanted. There's the Akbar. Akbar was the 11th card. Alright, we can claim here. Force throw. That's going to work against us. Let's give him... I want to keep the fell. Let's give him a Cargo Juggernaut. We haven't got any blue to trigger it, which has been a problem so far for that card. Okay, so we got the extra trigger with the MiGs. Let's get rid of 3PO. Let's kill the CAD. Let's put that on bottom. Let's take out the MiGs. Sure. Again, we're in that awkward place at the moment. Four, three. We can't even do that. It has to be that, unfortunately. If he claims, we'll buff the Peacekeeper. Otherwise, yeah. If he's got a surprise strike or something, we'll probably lose here. Has to do 7. All right, let's hit back into it. Restore for 3. We've got 2 restore from the home 1. Another bombardment. All right, well, we all have to take this on. Now, guys. All right, we might have snuck away with this one. Let's bring the tech out. What can we bring for 6? That's a 4 and a 3. It's a bit much. Let's bring a blue leader and just pump it up. Oh, we can't pump it up, actually. Let's give it to tech. All right, we've got too many Akbars now. So this type of deck is not for the faint of heart. You have to be able to ride with the the ups and downs of the deck in terms of walking the tightrope of life. All right, let's just hit him with blue leader. I just want to see what he's... Yeah, okay. He's going to do that. Do I have a traitorous? I do. Can take that. We'll get a C3PO. I'll say 3. It's a moisture farmer, which is okay. We can bring that out. All right. Well, we got away with that one. 5-1 now with Rey Dartavolt. Sabine matchup. What's that meme with the Dooku? I've been looking forward to this. This is the real test. You know, I mean, and again, that's not ideal, but it's okay because we've got a resupply. We've got an entrenched. All right, let's go with that. So we've got fleet lieutenants. Okay, if he does play something here, we can just claim and fleet lieutenant into it. If you play something on the ground, yeah. So we can just claim here. We'll fleet lieutenant R2 in to kill the marine. All right. Well, home 1 at this stage is a long way away. All right, let's keep Luke on the top. We do need that sort of in our pocket. We'll claim again. It's very ground heavy. Fortunately, another home 1 has to go. Well, we could see a dark saber here. They're going to hit us with... Okay, I think we're okay with that. We'll just resupply. What it means is we can bring Rey at least out now without having to worry about being ECL'd. A lot of the lists have got wing leader in it now. Sort of going back to that list. Don't have a... I think the moisture farmer can go. We didn't have a tech. A tech would have been great there. I would have just slammed the tech out. Right, we have another entrench, which is good. Cargo Juggernaut's good as well. I just so like entrench because of the being able to entrench a, yeah, kind of what we expected was going to be the wrecker. All right, I think we just take the wrecker out. We were looking good in this match, but it's slipping a little bit away from us with those couple of big hits. Oh, that's a good draw. That is a very good draw. So we can hit the Sabine now, restore up. He can play a Chewbacca. I thought he was going to play it on the... Is he going to play it on pilot? Yep. We'll have to thank him for that. All right, now we can hit in, and now we can turn the... Turn the pressure up on him. So I'm just going to claim, because I want to hit with the Chewbacca first. But I'll hit with the Luke first. Go the Luke. Get that restoring. Has he got something to break the traitorous here? Yes, for a cause. All right, we'll just claim here. Didn't spend our resources, but put him in checkmate. There we go. I'm starting to recognize sometimes when I'm playing in that. All right, we'll get in. All right, so that's a Sabine. What else have we got? An Anakin Green. This meta has to be the best meta that we've had so far because it's just any deck. There's so many decks that can win. There's just such a variety. The Data Vault has opened up huge amount of deck space. I like to again. No, that seems okay. We've got some fast ramp here. I think we get rid of a resupply. Get rid of a spark or yeah, I think we get resupplying a spark here. Or resupplying a Bright Hope. Our Bright Hope is our card draw, so one resupply definite. And Fleet Lieutenant's so good if they've got a 3/3 drop. So I think those two are locked. And then the Bright Hope, this game can go a bit longer. All right, so that's what I mean. Like, he plays the Moisture Farmer, and then we can just Fleet Lieutenant. We're getting, like, pretty good value there. We don't need the Moisture Farmer in this matchup. I must have thought I was playing Han for a second then. Why did I think of that? I thought I was playing Han. Because that's bad. That's really bad value for us. Thought I was playing Han Green. Right. Well, he ends up slightly advantage then. None of those work for us. Wow. Okay. We'll just trade that away with him. Should have kept the spark. If I remembered that this was Anakin, we should have kept the spark at this, because then they just trade in. You get a spark, and off you go. See what he plays. He plays something big in space here. We'll just entrench it, but We're in trouble if it's... No, that's okay. We'll just claim. Well, maybe the masterpiece was worth entrenching. Let's get rid of the Bright Hope here. Let's entrench the masterpiece. Yeah, we have not... I played this not very good at the start here. For some reason, I thought it was hard to. What's the saber on this? We're in real trouble without a rival's fall. Wow. Okay. Made some change to the Vader Swarm? No. Not in this list. I did a Disruptive Burst inside in another list. Okay, the Peacekeeper can probably go out here. At least it doesn't die straight away. And give it an XP. All right, I have to flip. Is he gonna Bounty Hunter's Quarry? Okay. All right, hopefully our blue cards save us in this matchup. Guess we're gonna have a takedown. Hopefully he doesn't have pillage here, because if he does, we would be in real trouble. Okay, we can just claim here. We've stabilized. All right, we can then Ewing the start here. It's blue leader and tech. So blue leader we can use to ambush and take out that one. And all right, we can just claim here. We can fell the Poe to start with. He's not resourcing up, so this must be like a very low to the ground deck. Well, that works out pretty well for us. All right, let's hit in with tech. We have another tech for the row. What do we have in the row now? So, no, wow, not much. We do not have much in the row. Okay, well, we'll hit him for 5 then. We can't even Bright Hope, really. Let's bring an R2. It costs us 4. Actually, undo. Let's Sorry. Let's do the experience on the tech. Let's just kill the 3PO, even though it's buffed up higher, just because I don't want him to have any card draw. All right, what have we got in here? Cargo Juggernaut, Village Protectors, Bright Hope. Not much, really. Let's bring out Protectors. Okay, that's fine. Like, give another XP to our Protectors here. We can bring out another tech, and we'll just keep chipping away. Spark of Hope can go to the bottom. All right, let's pass a Wrecker. A Wrecker's going to hit our tech, which is unfortunate for us. Let's blue leader. Well, hang on. I'll kill the K2. Any more techs in our row? No. Kind of worked in pretty good for us because we were able to just take out his tech. We'll just keep developing the board. We'll keep Luke on the top. And we'll shoot that Wrecker down. All right, so home 1, NA Luke. Okay, let's just keep knocking down. He has to be able to stop here. Otherwise, yeah. Can maybe defeat an experience to stay in. But he had no cards. All right. Just chipping away. All right, 7-1. It's a rematch, sure. A rematch. That's not a good start. We don't want to give him free clone deserters. All right, let's get rid of that one and a blue leader. So his problem here is that if he has a Chewbacca, we don't have any way to deal with it. But let's get our draw engine online. We can resupply and try and get something for it. Akbar can go. All right, so that's pretty cool for him. What can we do? We can resupply. You can hit us for 5. We'll just claim and we'll just blue leader this Hu Yang. I am going to keep the Spark of Hope this time. Reduces some of the damage we're going to be taking. You'll probably play a K2, I would say now. No, an R2. All right, let's claim. I don't want his R2 trading up to my blue leader. Well, I shouldn't have worried about it. All right, let's give experience to C3PO. All right, I'm going to kill Hu Yang. Say 3. Home 1. That's good. He'll trade up now. And then this is where we get our Spark of Hope. Triggering. Now we can deploy out, and we'll take out the R2 just because it can trade up so well. All right. We are now restoring for 3. He is hitting for 6. All right, what do we do here? Let's put some damage on Luke. Gonna force throws. He's probably gonna get us with a good force throw here. Juggernaut out. And we'll then kill Anakin. There's another force throw. Yep, that's okay for him. All right, we'll claim. We'll be able to kill that. We're still going to take 6. We're restoring 3, so we're kind of still out of it a little bit. I like all of those, so I might keep onto those. Okay, we can home 1, bring in a blue leader, and take out the one that's ready. So it's give us a restore. Always like your cool pace video. Thanks. Nice play. Thanks, Karen Beach. We'll claim. Yeah, I don't know. Something's clicking with Rey or blue-green hero. I was playing a lot of Yoda early on this set. It's I think blue-green hero is a fun deck to play at the moment. Let's just hit him for 7. Trying to keep that Fell the Dragon up our sleeves. We didn't see last time where he played a Crate Dragon. Okay, what can we do here? We could just Luke out the A-Wing here. We've just got better units from the top end. He's just a little bit more low to the ground. It's got a few ships. Sabine's Masterpiece. All right, he's claimed. We can pass. Spark of Hope sometimes good to keep because you can tech and then bring Luke out again. But we've got 41 cards left. We're fine. So Luke at the moment is restoring for 4 thanks to home 1. All right, let's hit him for 6. Restore 4. So total restoring 6 across the board here. All right, let's play the Juggernaut out to restore again. He's base for 7. We're nearly back to 0 now. Let's play a tech out. The tech is, instead of playing Yoda or something there, you play tech because it gives you your whole row to pick from. Like I could have picked I assume I got a Fleet Lieutenant in there. No. All right, there we go. 8-1. One more. He wants a 3rd rematch? Sure. Let's keep playing. Okay, this time he wants to change up his deck, bring some sideboard. So Clone Deserters are no good in this matchup. So what is good? Rivals Fall is like the critical card. Maybe a Mon Mothma. I think the rest of it, all our units are big. Choose sides. Hey, do we throw one in? Let's just throw one in. We'll go to 63 cards. All right, that's an atrocious first hand. Right, we have got, for the first time, we've got our Fleet Admiral. Right, so tech goes, and I think home one would go in this view. All right, Fleet Admiral. I'll play 3PO or something like that. Okay, he's gonna play very aggressive. All right, we can have our village protectors. All right, let's claim. Imagine he's gonna go really hard on the hand date this game. I mean, Spark is good, but can he has got anything that can kill us? For the U-Wing, let's try a different approach. Let's try and... what happens if we get... let's play Sundari. Because he could pillage us here. And if he pillages us, I think we're okay because he has nothing on board. I'm going to hit that for 2. All right, now we've got a spark of hope. A General's Blade. Okay. We're probably gonna... you know what? I probably should have just ran it in, but I was going to... yeah, I should have... I played that one wrong. Yeah, that was wrong, that play. I should have ran in to start with. Okay. Fell. I don't know what we play here. We're kind of in a really bad spot. Alright, Akbar's decent. I like the Akbar draw. But yeah, this is a really poor start for us with that. Alright, we bring Rey out. What's he got for us? Maybe a blue leader? Can't kill us though. Alright. Well, attack. Actually, I have to kill the Hu Yang. And then I think the Sabine has to go. Oh my god, how many force? 3 force throws. Okay. That's unfortunate. I will claim. Well, either way, we're going to be wrecked here. It's like, what do you take out? I just think the tech just has to go. He's going to be able to trade up to Rey with Sabine, but at least it kills it. And then we just have to try and deal with this Anakin somehow. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Gonna need some good draws here. That's not a good draw. That was entrench it. He has to kit for 6. And he can't pump up because Anakin's out, so that's interesting. Well, having said that, we have to kill the K2. Let's play the tech out. All right, we'll claim. All right, so tech. What tech has to run in, or tech could, we could blue leader to kill Anakin. Would have been good if we had something like or we could Ewing reinforcements. Yeah, that seems like the play, I think. If we hit Akbar or we hit a Luke. We don't need any of them. We hit a fleet lieutenant though, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, this didn't come out in the right order. Do I provide coaching? I haven't thought about it, Juan, but it's something that I'll be open to. I think you can send a message through the interface in YouTube. Just send me a message and we'll discuss it and have a talk about what we could potentially do. All right, so we have got home 1. This is our home 1. We could return a village protector. We could return a blue leader. I think a blue leader is what we want because the blue leader would kill Chewbacca. It'll buy us a little bit of restore time. He's going to hit R2. He's going to get us to discard. I think we're okay with that. Costs him a card. And just hit in a base for 3, restore 1. Can claim. A fleet lieutenant would be great here into Poe. Or a blue leader. Anything like that that'll take the Poe out. Is enough resource? Yeah, he doesn't have enough for that. All right, let's just hit the base for 3. Probably shouldn't have resourced that other R2 because he's probably going to make us discard with Poe. We really need like a tech or something. All right, let's Mon Mothma. We'll get a Bright Hope. Has to make us discard that because otherwise I'm going to be drawing cards. It doesn't. Okay, well, I'll take Mon Mothma back then. All right, we'll play it again. We'll get a home one. Hit his base for 7, and then we'll give the Bright Hope here. Right, I am going to discard, and the reason I'm going to discard is because you hit that magic number with being able to pull Luke's back out when you hit 12. So we had a really rough start these first like 2 to 5 resources, but this is the thing. This deck is so good, so resilient in so many matchups that you can make a whole bunch of mistakes or have a bad draw, and it's still really good. Like, yeah, the base here for 7. I think I'll just traitor us that blue leader next if he doesn't attack with it, and then that should be game. Yeah, well, I better wait till he's attacked with Poe Dameron here. I'm gonna play this guy, yeah, like multiple times already. He's claimed, has he? All right. All right, one more. That's 9-1. Tonight we did lose 1 against a Hungarian by 2 life. So it was nearly a clean sweep tonight. So this matchup, you don't want the clone deserters. You want the rivals falls because they're the most important card in the matchup. Cargo juggernauts and not that important. Moisture farmers, not that important. Okay, so let's do that. And he hasn't really played any crates or anything, so I'm not going to bring in choose sides. On Mothman, not a great play to start with, but Village Protectors is. So I am going to keep that one. He attacked us very hard in the hand last game. So anything that we can do to draw cards to offset that hand hate, I'm going for. All right, Mon Mothma will take an R2. We'll claim. Oh, an entrenched. I think we're okay. What you want when they put these bounties here, you want Bright Hope. Just to pull back that card and rip their bounty out. All right, let's play an R2. Let's put that in the bottom. We don't really need it at the moment. Well, I should have kept it on top for the. Should have kept it on top for the draw with 3PO. All right, we can get rid of the traitorous. We may bump one of these droids up here. Be interesting to see what he attacks. We've got guaranteed draw with 3 C3PO if I pay attention properly to the numbers and not put them on the bottom like I did. What are we attacking? Yeah, 3PO. I think that was the right call there for him. Let's give an XP to R2 and just see what he does. I thought it might have been K2. Alright, I think I'm going to just go with the protectors here. Let's Traitorous, let's put that on the bottom. Again, we are searching for our... What are we searching for? We're searching for the rivals fall in this matchup, which we haven't seen yet. I don't think we need the fell, so I'm going to maybe really entrench up one of these units. The shield is good even against Anakin's ability because it's like you can't trade up. So we don't have anything in our row yet for this. Alright, let's just we'd hit his base to let him hit over the top with the K2. Let's just see what he plays. We're in no rush here. Experienced him on Mothma. Okay. Alright, so let's pump up our R2. Don't want him to have card draw. Akbar. That's not too bad, actually. We have an horrendous force throw target. But R2 might be able to gatekeep his Anakin coming out. Okay, so pillage. I think you can just take both Lukes, that's fine. We'll shoot over the top and hit the K2. And now we'll just sit and gatekeep his Anakin coming out. He can't kill R2 with... Here we go, force throw, home one. Okay. Sorry, hang on. Did I already give experience? I think I did. All right. Well, we're kind of... Who gets the best draws now? He's like dropped his whole hand. I've lost my entire hand. And now we're going to see who can draw better. All right, so Village Protectors is good. 3 blue leaders is not great because I haven't got the extra resources. It'd be great if I was on 9. But the tech is great for us. All right, so we can claim. And get rid of the traitorous. None of that is really good for us. Yeah, probably the fell. Let's fell his Poe. What do we do here? Anakin's going to kill that. Our tech is going to be able to kill that if we give it experience. And then his Anakin's kind of going to be forced to kill it next turn. Otherwise, we're just going to keep drawing cards. Now we draw the rivals. Okay. All right, now we've got 3PO. We get a hit. Majority of our deck is threes. He gets a home one, though. It's pretty cool for him. Not for us. All right, we can go Peacekeeper. And we can give that an experience. Now we get our own home one. Now we're talking. General's Blade. I don't think we want Cassian to be running around with the General's Blade. I think we can just rivals that. All right, let's hit with the 3PO. Say 3. We get another rivals 4. It's not bad to hit that home one. All right, let's claim because I want to shoot this rivals 4 before things get out of hand too much. We can ditch one because I'm going to play the home one the turn after. Hey Barry, how you going? All right, hit in. Kind of behind it quite a bit in this one, unfortunately. You'll come in and hit 3PO. All right, I think we just claim here. Right, so what have we got in our row here? Really needed like a Bright Hope or something. I think we kill this here, and what we can do is do a Bright Hope with a Akbar and does 1. It'll have to be Luke. Might be done here because he can do 10. I don't think we've got anything in our row. Oh, we've got Luke. He'll just decrease it. This is what we get playing the final game. Normally I stick at 10. But we might be beat here in the 11th game. I don't think I can get out of this one. Don't have any redemptions in this deck. General's Blade. Yeah, we can do 9. We can take out Hu Yang. That restores for 4, takes us to 26. Let's Try that. Also knocks down. Question is, does he? He's got to keep going base here. He's got to. Sabine's masterpiece. Got to keep going in. He might try and take out the home one, but that would be a mistake. Yeah, so that doesn't seem right to me. I don't know why he wouldn't just, unless you're just worried about all the restore to go yet. What can I play that affects? Maybe just the protectors. I think he should have went base. What I needed was a bounty hunter's quarry. Okay, what I needed was a bright hope as well to be really secure. But we're restoring for 3 now, so let's see what he's got. He's probably got it's a wrecker, so it's the right choice for the protectors. But our Luke is going to be hitting for 6 and restoring for 4. So just while we're waiting on that one, this is the list that Ysara run to win the PQ on the weekend. Well, we've got a lot going on here. Hu Yang, blue leader. All right, we can get rid of the resupply. All right, so let's hit him with Luke. Takes us to 29. He'll have to trade up if he wants to hit home 1, but then we win with one of the other units. Yeah, so we're playing Ysara's list. There's a couple of changes. He's brought Moisture Farmers in, which we already had. Fleet Admiral is in. Mon Mothma two to the side. We haven't really noticed a difference. We would have in this matchup, but we've gone post board now and that as well. All right, so that'll finish us up tonight. 10-1. Rey Green, the only one we dropped to was a Han Green that had 3 Millennium Falcons out and kind of just overran us. I think he should have attacked with Masterpiece to base. When we look back at that one, I think that would have been the more correct play. Now, yeah, so and then the Cargo Juggernauts. Now, on a 11 game stretch, I think we played Juggernauts maybe once or twice. Wasn't that impactful, but when it did fire, it was good. Fleet Admiral, I think, can't remember getting an XP maybe once based on the draw, but it is good having a raid 1/1/4 that you can bump up in turn 2 and kill a unit. All right, so there we go. 10-1. Let's go back to this list. And then the sideboard. We brought Mon Mothmas in. 2 sides we didn't use at all. Direct hit we didn't use. The rivals we used. But the rest of it, not really in the matchup. So we didn't really face like Piets or any heavy control like that. The direct hits and that would have made a difference, especially the Vader and that as well. The new Vader that would have come in. So there you go. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you later. If there's any decks you want me to play just drop a comment down there. I try to stick. Don't ask me to play like Sabine ECL or anything like that. But anything that's not tier one, I'm happy to give it a go. All right, catch you all later. Bye.